Are we willing to love even if it means letting go? Because when 3 out of 5 things we don't like in each other in our relationships becomes non-negotiables. If compatibility is 69% in a relationship, then the real work starts with chemistry. How our bodies, energy, and soul meet in the present moment. Simple, right? But not really. Look the numbers out there. For women, and accordingly to the woman's brain author, once I feel safe, seen, and understood. A high value man, what we don't want is go against your values, your dreams, your traditions. We want to learn from them, be part of them, because whatever we build together must make sense in the long run. Definitely, it's not personal, it's just practical. Why we think compatibility is static, but it's not. It decreases, it moves, it changes. Love evolves. Expectations versus reality modifies the equation. And when you are 39 and lost 2 or 3 years for a pandemic, timing becomes non-negotiable. So here's the thing. We have to be strong enough to communicate, not just to escape, run away, and go for the cigarettes. If we cannot, then maybe it's not personal. It's just misaligned, and that's okay, let go. We deserve the next season of our lives to live in full presence with someone equally willing and have done their inner work, healing the child, with family values, with the mindset that will be educated the next generations. What is your YouTube algorithm? What is your purpose? Have in mind to build a nucleus of the society. What's the level of your conscious parenthood? Why? Because the cost of opportunity, we need to choose wisely. Every try will cost another 2 years investment. What are we building? Until when? With who? Are we willing to love even if it means letting go? Because when 3 out of 5 things we don't like in each other in our relationships becomes non-negotiables, that's not a relationship, it's a resignation letter to our future selves. This is not just about love or time. It's about the soil where our children will grow. What languages, what religion, what education, culture, traditions, food. The best investment is your mindset. How, where, and with who you are going to create life. Because love without consciousness is just biology. It's just reproduction. As our parents, we saw and we decide to do it differently. And our generation cannot afford that anymore because expectations and the example of our parents that we don't want to repeat, we wanted just to do it differently. The 69% compatibility myth. What really builds a family, we often hear about compatibility. Like it is the secret to lasting love. But if it only counts 69%, what about the other 31? That's where chemistry lives. That's where your body, your energy, your safety, and your dreams meet or crash. That's where inner work comes in, where we choose over and over again not to walk away, not to go for the cigarettes. Because the truth is, compatibility change through the time. After 5, 10, 20 years, it will look different. In 20 days, tomorrow. And when we hit our late 30s post-pandemic, the math gets serious. It's not just about sharing values, it's about seeing timelines. In my clinical work with fertility patients, I have seen it clear. The real dragon is not infertility. It is timing, trauma, unspoken truths, and incompatible expectations. But when we walk, when we face the uncomfortable questions, when we rewire the mindset, something beautiful happens. We stop blaming. we start building. Being parents is not just a biological event, it's a conscious decision. And the mindset you use to choose your partner will shape the language and soul of your kid. So ask yourself, are you ready to share your season with someone? Or are you still waiting for your favorite person to show up in a perfect time? What do you see yourself in the next 2 seasons of your Netflix series? What the mindset will be? What are you manifesting? What are you creating? What vibration you are attracting? What inner work you have done? What person you are offering? At that time, after that inner work done, it's where magic can happen. I invite you to go deep, to heal, to become your best version, because that will allow you in time that the future family that you want to build, it comes from that always dream different way of doing things. And I think what we are creating and what conscious creation is about, it's to give that opportunity, not just to get all the way into the infertile facing the dragon 7 heads. It's before we get into that point and the time goes by without we realizing that we still having time, that we still having many options. But maybe if we anticipate and we work in ourselves to create our mini-me's in the future from our best versions, that's I think where consciously we want to create and to share. One of our patients, she said, the way that wasn't mine when she grew up believing, she's saying to herself, I shouldn't need anything, that it was better to stay quiet, that being strong meant not asking for help. But deep inside, she said, I felt lonely, anxious, disconnected. I was repeating patterns without noticing, running from the love I actually crave. But in hypnosis, I saw the child I used to be, and for the first time, she mentioned, I hugged him. The weight wasn't mine, I was on hold. This old story, and I choose to write a new one. Freedom begins when you stop carrying what was never yours. This is a patient that once told me, I have been holding everything for years, the house, the kids, the job, the smile. But every night when I turn off the lights, I feel empty, like I have lost the connection to myself. I don't even know where to begin to change my life. In hypnotherapy, I discovered something. She says, I didn't need to be strong. I just needed to be honest. Today, I'm learning to let go and listen to myself again. That I'm not broken. I was just tired of carrying everything without reading. True strength, it's allowing yourself to feel. One patient that says, the day I stopped saying someday, I work my whole life, she says. Follow the perfect plan, but deep down, I always dream of writing a book, traveling, and living just for me. I keep pushing it to someday, until one day I realize time doesn't wait. In therapy, I understood something, she mentioned. Fear, disguised as routine, is what held her back. Today, she said, I wrote the first page of her book, of her life, learning to trust myself again, even after losing everything. Even when I have no idea where to begin. Even when I feel like I'm not enough. This time, I'm doing it differently. Not from the judgment, but from compassion. That's what I learned in hypnotherapy. I learned how to say no without feeling guilt and say yes to what I truly deserve. Because healing is not about going back to the past. It's evolution. It's about rewriting from the present. You are ready. You just need to hear your own voice, the one that makes you make it different for you, for your own love, for the ones that you love and you want to share becoming your best version. That's what hypnotherapy does. That helps you to understand the path and the pattern that you are coming from. That is the root of what we need to change in our relationship, against routine, against monotony, where the relationship starts going down and facing the infertility or facing any problem that is not conscious, is not in the table that you guys talking about.